Welcome to Architrave Gaming. I'm the Archmaster. Good of you to drop by, and thank you for all the new subscribers. GMs, Game Masters, correctly called Arbiters, after this video you will no more be burdened by the imperative to balance combats. After this video, you will be cured. Because it was never your job to begin with. You don't have to balance combats. Here's why. Players, by the way, this is your job. This is one for you as much as it is for your arbiters. This is your job now. First of all, let's set some ground rules, some actual aims and objectives so that you understand the context in which I'm saying all of this, right? First of all, I promote, here on this channel, the Arch Game. What is the Arch Game, you ask? It's the most fun you can have with your brain, TM. It is the perfect balance of verisimilitude, thrill in combat, the zone, the flow state, drama and immersion, emotional bleed with other characters, and personal player character immersion, you being in their head, right? Role play, right? These are technically all four types of immersion, right? All four of these types of immersion coming together is the Arch Game when you are immersed in the world, immersed in the activity, like the combat, like you're on the edge of your seat, right? Immersed in the emotions of the world, not just thinking, oh, well, I wonder what this character would feel. It's like, no, you are feeling it, right? There's emotional bleed, and immersed in the head of the character, seeing everything through their eyes. First-person roleplay, right? All four of those immersions come together and form the Arch Game, right? So, in the interest of the Arch Game, which is what I promote on this channel, player agency is first of those priorities. Why? Because player agency is part of that first quadrant that I mentioned, the verisimilitude, being in the world, right? And there are three things required to preserve player agency. Number one is the consistency of the world. The world must be run consistently. Arbiters, no fudging, no changing things because you feel like it for any reason at all. Well, it would be disappointing if the story ended this way. Oh, well, they're doing poorly in this fight. I guess I won't bring in those reinforcements. Oh, XYZ. No. Play the world consistently, right? Otherwise you violate their agency. Number two is information. Arbiters, this is your main job. Convey the information of the world, right? Do more than you think you need to. Humans can be kind of stupid sometimes, especially when we've been sitting there for 3.5 hours, you know, rolling dice and using our noggins to, you know, crunch numbers and whatnot, okay? Be generous. Be generous with your information. This is something like the 3-clue rule, right? Give 3 times as much information as you think you need to. Tell them the thing 3 times, right? No, I'm not saying violate their agency by simply shoving information on them. Let them pursue it. Let them work for it. That's fine. But don't be stingy. Give it to them. They're in the world. They know about the world. Give it to them. Let them actually know, right? And thirdly is freedom. The freedom to actually act. The players must have the freedom to make their own choice without Sugar Daddy Game Master coming in and controlling things and making sure that everything ends okay for the baby players. No, we're not baby players. We're adults. We don't need you to fudge the numbers. We don't need you to turn the dials and change the bad guy's HP. We don't need you to delay the reinforcements that were planned. We don't need you to do any of that because we're big boys. We can take it. We're the game master, right? The players always have been the game master because you're in charge of the character. You have player agency. How the game goes is up to you, the players. It's not up to the arbiter. He's a referee. He sits on the side. He arbitrates when someone rolls. Oh yeah, that's an 18. That does hit, actually, right? That's it. That's all he does. He runs the world. He presents it. These are the rules. This is what the NPCs do. This is what the weather is. But he has no agency. He doesn't decide, I'm going to tweak the weather because I want this to happen. No. Bad arbiter. Play it straight. Don't favor one side or the other. That's how you know a referee should be fired, is when they're favoring one side or the other. Be a neutral arbiter. Be a referee. Okay. Dials are fit for storytelling games. They are fit for when you truly are in the role of game master and you are here, you know, usually a paid GM, you are here to provide an experience for them to enjoy. You're a service provider, right? Go ahead. Dance, monkey. That's your job. Go ahead and make sure they have a good time, right? But that is not the Arch Game. That's not what I recommend because you get burnout. Unless you're getting paid for it, you're probably going to burn out on that. And so that's not what we're talking about here. That's a totally separate hobby over there. Totally separate activity. What we're talking about here is the Arch Game. All right, moving on. So, last chapter here. Your first job is to make a consistent world, right? That's kind of hard. I'll get to that at the end of the video. Your third job is to let the players act on their own. Don't inhibit their freedom. really that's not a hard job. It's easier to do that job than to not do it, right? It takes some effort to actually violate their agency and control them and make them do one thing or another, or to gently massage them, as some GMs say you should do, right? So those two jobs are very easy. The harder one, the one where you might go wrong, and why I'm making this final chapter here, is the giving of the information, right? That is essential. That's job number 2. Foreshadowing, right? That's one method of giving information. You foreshadow stuff by rumors. You foreshadow stuff by the 3-clue rule. You foreshadow stuff by having NPCs talk to them, notice boards, etc. A large part of your prep really should be, again, when you're running the Arch game, this is how the Arch game should be run. It should be, what information might be available to the characters? And you're thinking about all the information and all the different methods by which that information might reach the characters, right? That's very, very, very important. That is, like, all of your balancing is that right there. How much information do they have? How can I make sure this is delivered to them 3 times more than I think it should be? Because, again, some players, including myself, can be kind of dense, right? All right, lastly, on to that first task, which is a consistent good setting. Unfortunately, right now, you're kind of on your own with this. You can find a really good setting out there that someone else has made that is superb and very consistent, and you can run it by the books. There are lots of settings out there that you could find, right? But, hopefully, Lord willing, soon enough, I'll have my own setting. I actually intend to be releasing soon, maybe months, but soon enough, in development time, to actually take all that burden off your shoulders. It brings with it several innovations, several iterations, really, because what is innovated nowadays, but several iterations that will really make arbitering a setting very, very, very much easier. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you to all the new viewers that have arrived, and all the old ones who didn't leave. I very much appreciate all of you. Y'all have a good day, and God bless.